Welcome to the first of a series of the Clarity of Sight Development Circle. This is your forum, and this will be your circle that will enable you to really expand your mind a little bit, open up that third eye, get you relaxed, whatever it is that you need, help you with meditations, help you tune into nature, whatever it is you're looking for or soul searching. I hope this can be a platform that you can start from and you can develop from. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with an opening prayer, and this will be the format that follows for each and every one of these development videos. So I'm going to start you off with an opening prayer. Right, to our Father in heaven, to all the angels that surround us, to the earth spirits, to our guides, our ascended masters, our guardian angels. I thank you for bringing us together today into the space that we can work together to develop you along your correct path. We thank you for the time, we thank you for the energy, and we thank you for the healing that will take place during these sessions. Our hearts are filled with gratitude of the opportunities that you give to us, and now we are ready to use them to develop ourselves so that in turn we can use them with others in that same love, light and healing capacity. Thank you. Now I'd like you to get comfortable. It's very important that you are very comfortable during the session, not sitting up too straight and stiff-necked, but get yourself into a nice, comfortable space. And we are going to start with a meditation. So chill out, take your shoes off if you need to, and relax. Let go of all your cares and your worries and your thoughts of the day ahead, because now this is all about you. It's all about bringing you into the right place. Here, no one is better than anyone else. We are all on our own journey, and that is the most important thing I will share with you on this first lesson. You are welcome to share this with friends, so if you want to have your friends round and we all do it together, that is more than possible. The more the merrier as far as I'm concerned. And the more we can get the message across that you can work in this way, the better. Okay, so now get yourself comfortable. And I want you to take a very big, deep breath in and out. Release it, and as you release that breath, it gets rid of all your cares and all your tensions and all your worries and all your thoughts. And breathe in and out. Now I need to tell you, for a meditation, some people do battle to visualize things. That is perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. If you don't see where I'm taking you, it doesn't matter. Just take the time to relax and regroup, and not to worry where we're going. Some people start on the journey that I begin and end up somewhere completely different. And that is why we will have the Clarity of Sight Facebook page open to you to expand on any of the areas that you delve into, anywhere that you might journey, and let's have a look into that afterwards and see what that can really mean for you. Okay, another deep breath in, please. And release it. And now I would like you to just listen to your breathing. Each breath in and each breath out. That slow and steady pace that your breathing in takes and your breathing out takes. Meditate on that rhythm. In and out. The gentle rise and fall. Breath in and release. And as you have that wonderful clear flow of breath, I would like you to imagine a pillar of white light above your head. The purest of white light that you can imagine. And it is a sparkling energy. It shines and emanates so much from it. So much potential, so much love. Feel that white light above your head, swirling and swirling, and it gently moves in through the top of your head until it fills every part of your head, through your ears, your eyes, your nose, your cheeks, your mouth, your chin. It flows down every strand of your hair, and it connects all as one. That white light flows down to your throat, where it is going to open up your throat chakra so that you can speak, you can communicate, you can take in exactly what it is you need, and you can share it with us right here and right now, or at a later stage. The white light now continues from your throat, across your shoulders, taking out the tension in your shoulder blades as it flows past them into your arms, to your elbows, down to your wrists and into your hands until it tingles at your fingertips. Feel the energy, feel the warmth that exudes from it. And as your fingers tingle, so the white light flows back to your throat and down to your heart, where it fills your heart with endless love, endless capabilities, and endless healing. And from your heart it throws down all the way to your stomach, where all those emotions churn over and over again, and it acts to cleanse those emotions and to separate them into different compartments deep within your stomach. It formulates a plan for each and every element there, removes the ones you don't need, and keeps any that you need to concentrate on later. And the white light continues down to your belly button and down to the base of your spine, where it splits and goes down each leg to your thigh, to your knee, down to your ankle, your feet, and the very tips of your toes. And once it is there, it flows down into the earth, to the beautiful nature that is the earth, that is steadfast, regular, true. And as it flows down, it takes down with it, again, all those cares and worries that you don't need. And from the earth, the white light emanates back up through your toes, your feet, your legs, the base of your spine, where it meets once more and channels up to your belly button, your stomach, your heart, throat, up to your brow or your third eye, and back up to your crown. The white light fully encompasses you internally. And now it is time to encompass you externally. So it flows back through your crown and fully surrounds you, a big white circle of light, completely encompassing you, protecting you, keeping you safe. And with that white bubble of protection, you are safe. And now in this beautiful pure light, I would like to take you on an adventure. Can you hear the water flowing? It sounds like a babbling brook. I can almost feel the coolness as the water runs off little pebbles that have been polished over time. Beautiful cleansing water. Can you hear it? It is in the distance, but it is attainable. Look around you where you are. Smell the scents that permeate the air. Is that pine cones? Is it flowers? There's a hint of lavender on the air for remembrance, and roses for love. And somehow I smell a scent of honey. Look at where you are. You are in my favorite place. You are in a forest. Look around you. Nature at its best. Breathe in the scents that surround you. Breathe in the feelings that you feel. Look down and see, really see where you are. Feel what is beneath your feet. If you are still wearing your shoes, bend down and take them off. You can leave them next to the tree over there. They will stay there, they will be safe. This is a journey to open your senses. So I want you to take in everything you see, you think, you feel, you taste, you touch, you hear. Take it all in and hold it deep within you. Now move to the closest tree. What tree is it? Look at its structure. Feel the bark. See the leaves on it. Which animals are there? Are there any animals taking shelter in that beautiful strong tree? Look at which animals they are. Look at the solace they really managed to experience from this beautiful tree. I want to hug the tree. If you feel so inclined, put your arms around it and really feel its energy and its presence and the history of all that have passed by this magnificent tree and the thought of all that was still passed by it. And for a moment, I'd like you to sit. You choose where, either in front of the tree, looking up at the tree. You can climb it if you wish, or you could go inside. Decide which works for you. And find the way that you would like to move with this tree. I want you to feel nature and to feel that grounding energy that we get from the beauty of nature. Take it all in. Understand that you are part of something so big and so magnificent. You are part of the most incredible creation. You are a child of God, of the Creator. And that in itself gives you so much. Now is time for you to move forward. So move away from your tree and let's start the journey to that babbling brook. Yes, I can hear it a lot stronger now than it was. I can almost feel the coolness of that water beckoning me. See the animals around you scatter as you walk, all merry and happy, going about their business without a care in the world. And for this moment in time, you do not have a care in the world. You are at peace. Keep walking until you reach a clearing in the forest. It's as if someone has just stopped it. And as you look through that clearing, you can see where that water is coming from. And looking at the coolness that lies in that little brook, you want to dip your toes in. So walk to the edge where there's some beautiful smooth pebbles and really dip your toes in it. Feel the coolness that comes from it. Feel all that there is to endure, all that there is to enjoy for that moment and time. Feel the coolness beneath your toes. See what lies in store for you. What could it be? And now I'd like you to step further on those beautiful, cool pebbles. Walk along the edge. They are so soft and smooth, they won't harm you. Feel each shape beneath your feet. And continue walking until there is another clearing ahead of you. Step up onto the grass. The softness beneath your feet is just incredible. It's like velvet. Step onto that beautiful green grass. and move forward again. You will see a bench ahead of you. Walk towards this bench. See it. What does it look like? Is it what you would imagine a bench to be in this part of a forest? Is it a rough outcropping of rocks? Is it a solid structure? Is it wood? Is it cement? Rub your hand along it. Just feel the texture on the bench. And then sit down and make yourself comfortable. You have waited a long time to get to this place. You will not be rushed, because this is exactly where you need to be. Breathe in the scents around you. Look around at everything that is around you. And look along your babbling brook where you've just walked. You can hear footsteps walking the same path that you have just walked, trailing those beautiful smooth stones along the way. Who is it? Sit patiently. They want to talk with you. So don't worry. They will come. And as they move closer, start to look at the outline of this being. Start to look at the shape that they come in. They may be human, or at least a human form. They may be angel. They may be animal. They may be earth spirit. They move closer so they are fully in your vision. They need your permission to move right next to you, beside you on the spot where you are sitting. So beckon them in and show them where you would like them to sit. They thank you and they make themselves comfortable. But as they do, they reach out to you and hold your hands in theirs. With your eyes closed, I'd like you to really feel their energy. Is there a color that resonates with them? Is there a scent that resonates with them? Is there a thought that pops into your mind? Or is it something in their voice? Hold on to this and keep it. Don't change it. Keep the first thing that comes to you. They have come a long way because you have come a long way to get to this place. And now they would like to talk with you. They are giving you this beautiful forum to really speak with them You can ask any question that you have, and they will answer it for you. So take your time. If you would like to just sit in their presence and take any healing energy from them, you may do that too. It's completely up to you. What do you do with this time? They are only there in love, and because you asked. I will leave you with them for a few minutes to connect, ask your questions, and enjoy the time that you two have. I leave you. And now it is time for your visitor to leave you. I would like you to thank them for their time, their energy, and they will thank you for sharing this moment with them, for opening up your heart to them as they have done to you. They would like to remind you that they are always with you. They are but a thought away. And if you would like to, at any stage, you can call on them. And you can reconnect by going back into that beautiful forest, walking along the stream, going to your special place where you will sit, and they will come. But you don't need to be even in that forum. You can ask for them anytime, any place. They are just wanting to work with you. They reach over and they hug you goodbye and give you their love. And now it is time for you to do the same, to hug them back and to give them your love. But before they go, they have something more for you. Listen carefully to the message they bring you. Receive the gift that they now hand to you. Thank them and allow them to leave. and watch as they travel back the way they came. Look around yourself once more. You are surrounded in so much beauty and love. Take that into your heart. Stand up, brush yourself off, and start your journey back along that wonderful little brook, walking on those beautiful, smooth, polished pebbles with the water just lapping at your feet. Walk back until you get to the edge of the forest again. See those magnificent trees in front of you, and walk beneath that tree canvas until you come back to your tree where you started your journey. Put your shoes back on and start your journey back out of the woods, back into the room that you were in, back into the place where you began. Back to the place within you that will be forever changed. And when you are ready, it is time to open your eyes. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that meditation. Now, in a normal circumstance, I would have a circle of people around me, and I would then ask each person to communicate back to me what they have just seen, what advice they were given, if they're willing to share. If you're not, that's completely fine, as long as you get those messages, or what gift they were given. But because we don't have that forum for this two-way conversation, you now need to grab a piece of paper and a glass of water and write down what message you were given, what you saw, what feelings, what thoughts, what smells, what you heard, what visions, anything that comes to mind about that meditation. I'd like you to jot that down. Write down who that person was if you realize it. If you don't, that's fine too. Just describe them on a piece of paper. Were they male? Were they female? Were they animal? Were they fairy? Were they angel? What did they look like? Was it a past loved one? And I feel that a lot of you will have messages from past loved ones in this meditation. Who was it? And what did they give you? What message did they give you? What gift did they give you? If you didn't get one, that's completely fine as well. You will have been given one. It just won't have registered in your conscious mind. But it will be there, and it will forever change you. Because that's what meditation does. So write down any notes for me. And if there's anything you would like to ask, or if you would like to feedback what happened or what you felt, you are welcome to do it on our Facebook page, which is Clarity of Sight. You can put a status on there, or you can send a private message. I will respond back to you as soon as I possibly can. I will now give you the time to write down anything that you saw, felt, thought. The person or being or the animal that came to you, and what your thoughts were, your discussion, your question, etc. I'll give you a few minutes to finish that. Now, what was very important about that meditation is that I've needed to take you on a journey today to really work with your senses. Working in any therapy, any healing work, any readings, anything that you need to do, whether it's archangels, angels, crystals, whatever it is, Reiki, it's all about opening up those connections to your higher self, those connections to universal energies, to creation. You went on an earth journey today, which is very important because it's all allowing you to be really connected with the earth. We talk about grounding. Grounding energy is extremely important, and what that means is a lot of the times we live in our heads. We don't live in our full bodies. And living in our heads means that we're always worried. We've got these thoughts churning and churning around inside there. We can't prioritize, we can't think straight, we can't sleep properly. We're grumpy with people. We're airy-fairy, as people would say. We're living in a dream world. We're just not quite living in reality. We're not quite getting it. So to be grounded, it means having your feet firmly planted on the ground, connecting with nature, which is obviously the closest level to the ground, to the earth. Sharing that earth connection that helps us to think straight, helps us to relieve stress and pressure, helps us to prioritize, and helps us to clearly see where we're going. It takes us away from all the humdrum of life and puts us in our special goal, our special life path. And that's what's really essential with grounding. You can get it from nature. You can use dark crystals, black crystals, red crystals, anything that really attunes you back to the ground. Even green crystals can work to bring you back to nature. If we look at moss agates and tree agates, they can help with that type of energy to bring you back into the nature side of things. Just by walking outside and standing in your garden helps bring you back to nature, helps ground you, as does taking your shoes off and having your feet planted firmly on the ground. Rubbing your feet, stamping your feet, brings back that energy, that connection with the earth. So that was the first thing, to get you fully grounded. And then it's to look at those senses that I've mentioned. And it's to start looking at which ones you use. Now you know you've got your 5 senses, which is seeing, hearing, thinking, feeling, speaking, etc. But we've also got your clairs. Now you've got 4 major clairs, which is your clairvoyance, your sight, your third eye sight. Your clairsentience is all about your feelings, your emotions. What do you sense in situations? What do you think? Clairsentience. Claircognizance is gut knowing. It's all the learnings that we've had from every single life. That claircognizance, that's full knowledge that you know something and nobody can sway you. And that's working claircognizantly. That's a big word. It's using what you've already learnt in the current life, current situation, your current path. Claircognizance. And you've got your clairaudience, which is your inner hearing, or your hearing. Those little songs that pop up into your head. That's clairaudience. Ever hear someone whisper your name? But they're not there. It's your clairaudience. Clairvoyance is what you're seeing in front of you, whether it's through your third eye, or are you physically seeing past loved ones, angels, orbs, energies? That's your clairvoyance. Right, so those are your 4 major clairs. We all work with one stronger than the other at certain times. Sometimes in readings you might bring in more than one. You might bring in all 4 if you really mastered it. So you could use all 4 different senses. How fabulous. So you'll smell things, you'll see things, you'll hear things, you'll know things, all working, you'll see things all working together. But generally we have one that's stronger, or maybe 2 that are stronger than the others. So let's do this exercise today just to see which one is stronger than any of the others. So I'm going to read out 3 different questions that you can answer. And if you'd like to write down your answers, that's fine. If you'd like to just think about them and jot them down later, also fine. I think it's really good if you can keep some sort of a book and you can write in everything that you do for each lesson. Little learnings, doesn't have to be long sentences, can just be little keywords. First question is, let's have a look at which sense is your strongest. So the first one is, you've met somebody new today. What do you tune into first with that new person? What do you notice? Do you see what they're wearing? Do you see their eyes? Do you notice how they're standing? Or their body language? Or do you notice their voice first? Do you listen to the way they speak, their accent? How they speak? What words they use? Is it their laughter? Is it their sound of their voice? Or do you look further and you think, actually, let's look at the intellectual side of things. What could I learn from this person? What could this person teach me? What could I teach them? Do you go on the feeling side of things? Oh, I feel quite nice around this person. I feel as if I've known them before. I feel as if they could be really fun. Or I feel as if they'd be a really good listener. What is it? If it is things that you feel, it would be clairsentience. Write that down. If it is that you notice the way they look first, either the way they stand, again, body language, clothing, whatever it is that you've noticed first, clairvoyance. If it is that knowledge that they're going to be able to really, this is the person I needed to meet. I knew there was somebody new and this is really great. I'm going to learn something from them. I know they can teach me something or I can teach them something. Claircognizance. Or is it that you listen to their voice, their pitch in their voice, their accent, the level, what they talk about, their laughter? Clairaudience. So think through those and write down the clair. Next question. A movie recall. Right, think back to a movie, any movie, one you loved, one you hated, whatever it was. Just think of a movie. What is it about that you either liked the most or didn't like the most? Was it the soundtrack? Was it the voices of the actors? That would be your clairaudience. If you didn't really take that into account, was it what they were wearing? Was it what they were doing in the movie? Was it the place they lived? What was it? That could be your clairvoyance, what you see. Was it the scenes in the movie? Was it the scenery? Was it the props, or was it some special prop that came into play? Clairvoyance. Was it the feelings and emotions that that movie conjured up? Did you feel sad? Did you feel happy? Is that something that overpowered the whole movie? That you just felt this well of emotions that it was almost healing level? Clairsentience. Or was it the moral to the story? Is it what you could learn from that movie? Again, learning would be claircognizance. Was there some sort of message that you've taken away from it? Claircognizance. Okay, so there's your 4 clairs again. Which one was strongest for you? Now let's go. We all like to go on holiday, so let's go on holiday. You've been on a holiday at some stage. Remember your favourite holiday. What was it that made it the most memorable for you? Was it the sights that you saw? Whether it was beautiful beaches or towns or cities, whatever it was. Was it what you saw on that holiday? Was it the sea? Looking out for hours at that sea? Was it the people? What did you notice the most? That would be your clairvoyance. What is it that you remember the most? Was it the sounds? Did you go out to nightclubs often and you just love that music? You had music everywhere you went. What was it? Did you listen to the crashing of the waves, and was that more really in tune with you than the sight of them? Was it the sound of the people's voices that you went with? What was it? Was the conversations you had? What was it that was the most important part about that holiday? And if it was anything that you heard, be your clairaudience. Was it the feelings on that holiday? Were you falling in love? Did you meet someone new that you thought, oh, I really quite like that person, I'm quite warm to them, and that'll be a really good friend going forward? Was it that your senses were just overrun with just everything? You felt like you'd been there before. You felt that you were just so unbelievably happy there and content. Clairsentient. Or did you go there just knowing that maybe on some other level you'd been there before? But a déjà vu? Did you go there to learn something from that trip? Maybe something about yourself? Maybe something about the people that you were with, or the people that you met, or the place where you were? Was there some sort of learning or knowing feeling that you experienced, that you knew that you'd been there before? You knew that this place was going to mean something to you going forward? You knew that there was no other alternative. That was where you needed to be. What struck you as the most? What was the most important thing for you on that trip? That'll be your clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, or claircognizance. Now look down at your list. We've got the three: the person you've met, the movie, and the holiday. And look through which point really sticks out to you. Because that is the clair that you are using the most. It doesn't mean you'll never use the others. Of course you will. You might even have a 50-50. You might have 3 different ones. And that could mean that at different times and different places and different experiences, you're calling on different clairs, which is fabulous because you'll be able to call on them together when you move forward in whatever work that you are going to be doing. Just to reiterate, of those 3 areas, somebody you met, a movie, or a holiday, I want you to close your eyes for a moment, bearing in mind which clair you have just realized is the one that you use the most. And I want you to tune into that clair. I want you to think for just a moment what it is. Are you seeing anything? Some people see colours. I see colours. Are you seeing a colour? Are you seeing a memory or a person? Or flashes? What are you seeing? Is there all of a sudden a song that's popped into your head? It could have been from one of those 3 prompts, but it could be any old song that's just popped into your head. Or have you all of a sudden heard somebody saying something to you? Clairaudience. Just listen. If you hear nothing, see nothing, feel nothing, don't worry. Just let it go. Look at your clairsentience now. What is it you're feeling? Are you feeling a little bit worried because you're not sensing anything? That's fine. Pay attention to that. because that's important. Nothing is unimportant in any of these classes. Everything matters. Or is it that all of a sudden you know something more than you did? Or you've come to a level of understanding that this is exactly where you need to be? Or now you're thinking, oh, okay, that Claire's the strongest. Yeah, somehow I knew that would work. I knew that was be the one. Just tune into yourself. It is so important with spiritual development to tune into yourself, because you are the one that is going to be doing the work. You are the one that is going to expand and to move forward. I do it in my time, on my path. You do it in your time, on your path. Everyone is so important. So just take that time to be in your own space, in your own little bubble, thinking exactly where you are, sensing where you are and what you're doing. And with that in mind, I have a few cards with me today, so you can open your eyes again. I have the Earth Magic, Oracle deck, which is this one. Okay, this is by Stephen Farmer. And today, along with that meditation, which was all about grounding nature energy, I wanted to bring through a clear, strong message about that, because although I work primarily with angels, I also work with the earth and with healing. So they all come together. Okay, so whatever avenue you start working with, if you don't work with angels, if you work more with an earth energy, or whether you decide to delve into something like becoming a white witch, whatever it is, we will cover all the elements that work in the light. And none is wrong. They're all right, and they're all exactly where you need to be right now. So with that in mind, I've got these beautiful cards. Look at this, that tree again. I am such a tree person, I will tell you that. So you might see a few trees in these classes. I'm going to give these a bit of a shuffle, and I'm going to pick 3 cards. Okay, and 3 of these cards I'm going to hold up to you, and again with pen and paper, I'm going to ask you to write down what it is you notice about that card. Very important is that you are honest with yourself, okay? And don't limit yourself. If you don't see anything, if you don't feel anything, don't worry about it. You're in the right place and the right time. Just enjoy what you are given. If you do notice or feel or sense or think or hear something, write it down on your piece of paper, and let's see if that makes some sense to you as to what that means. If it doesn't, again, you're welcome to get in touch with me on the Clarity of Sight Facebook page, and I will help you to see and to reach an understanding of what that message is. Okay, so let's have a look at these cards. Right, 3 cards that we're going to pull, so I'm going to just really randomly gather 3. Oops. 1, oh, 2. Okay. And let's go for that one, 3. Okay, so number 1 is this one. Right, have a look at this one. These are beautiful cards with really good, clear pictures on them. Whatever you write down about this card is right, by the way. Write down the first thing that you think, or see, or feel, or sense, or hear. Anything is right. Don't overthink it. Just write it down and keep it for yourself. Is it the tree? Is it the hands? What is it? Is it the word? Is it the colour? Whatever you are drawn to on this card, write it down. really study it. I'm going to bring it even closer and see what that means for you. Everyone will be different, and everyone will be right, because it's about you, not about this card. It's about where you are right now and how you are interpreting it. Okay, number 2. Lovely. Gaia, nurturing. Again, I want you to write down everything that you see, sense, feel, think, hear about this card. Even though these 3 cards have been chosen, and there could be 50 people watching this YouTube video, for each of those 50, this card will mean something different. You will all recognize a something different in this card, and every single one of you will be right. And let's go to that one. Now, cards are what you make of them. So even though that doesn't look like a very positive card, because it says tsunami, it can be. Because don't think of the disaster that a tsunami can bring. Think of what happens afterwards. Write down what you think, feel, sense, hear, smell, or hear. Do these form a picture for you? For me, if I look at that one, ancestors and generations, I love the red. I'm very drawn personally to that red. Okay, the red is all about your base energy. And your base energy is about your base chakra, which runs at the bottom of your spine. It's very grounding energy. And this is all about, excuse the pun, but it's laying the groundwork. To me, I'm seeing that as a pathway. But it's a pathway that means you need to take the effort. We have 4 hands, which is 2 sets of hands, which means you're always helped and guided along the way. The yellow is your emotions. So it's tracking your emotions as you journey forward, knowing that you are not doing it alone. The snake energy could be the Kundalini energy. And Kundalini energy is that beautiful energy that starts and really rises up and allows us to soar on the psychic level. We cannot awaken it too early, because that is not good for any of us. It needs to awaken when the time is right. So this card to me is a lot to do with timing. Understanding that time is everything. That is my take on this card. Yours will be different because you're coming from a different situation. You're on a different life path. You may pick up common areas, but you may just have been drawn to the brown of the hands. Earth, growth, linking with the past. It could be anything along those lines for you. Every single one is right. The next one is the nurturing card. I think it's a beautiful card. I just love it. And when I held it up, I didn't look at it too much, but to me, it's just showing me what I love the most is that little rainbow. Look at that beautiful rainbow energy. Now you could be looking at this as a bit of rebirth, but to me it means, although it's about nurturing and could be about what we've been talking about today, about energy and healing for the earth, it's about nurturing of you completely, looking after yourself, keeping that balance, but it's also about taking yourself away from situations. And this is what happens when we're in the middle of situations with people, with friends, with colleagues, with lovers, whatever it is. We don't always see the big picture. This one is showing you that earth energy that surrounds all of us. It shows you the big picture. You need to rise above it. They always say rise above the situation, but that does have a lot of credence. You need to rise above so that you can look down on everything. You're not just stuck in the middle of it. That this is allowing you to really rise above things and to allow yourself to soar higher. Give yourself that bird's eye view and don't get as involved with day-to-day situations as you would have. Don't let people rile you up and get you to be anything other than yourself. That's what that one's all about for me. And number 3, tsunami, right. Again, first time I drew this I thought, oh, that can't be good. And it does look a bit of a questionable card, but tsunami, I'm going to move it over there so you don't get hopefully as much of a reflection the rest of the room. But this tsunami is your wake-up call. Look at that moon. That moon really means a lot to me because it's showing the end of a cycle, but with the end of each cycle becomes the beginning of the next one. It's showing that things are changing around you. It's almost as if things have been all het up and it's all change. It's so much going on. Big wake-up call. Come on, there's got to be more to it than this. And that's what that card's all about. It's all about expanding yourself. Understanding that even if there are situations that you have been going through and you have been soul searching for a way out or a way forward, it is there, it's there for your taking. And we just sometimes forget about that or don't notice it or don't acknowledge it. Now, I'm very curious to know what each and every one of you have done and seen during this video. I would also like to know if any of you found this interesting or would like to pursue this even further. It's all about you. I will take every single comment that you'd like to leave for me. And if you'd like to send me a private message on Facebook, go to our Clarity of Sight page and send a message. I will reply back to it as quickly as I can. It might not be immediate, it might be the next day, but I will come back to you because you are very important to me. And until the next one, try expanding your mind a little bit. Really take into account things around you. Right now, I would like to say a closing prayer and a great big thank you to all our angels, guides, loved ones, guardian angels, ascended masters, to our Creator, and to Mother Nature, and all the angels that work in nature for being with us in this session today. Thank you for reminding us of the importance that we have on this world and the importance that this world has for us. The earth is just so precious to each and every one of us because this is where we call our home. And we need to give back healing to the earth and send love. Thank you for the fellowship that we have enjoyed today. Thank you for the learning and thank you for the experience. These opportunities are worth more than I could say. So for now, I wish you every love and light and happiness. Go in peace, surrounded in white light of protection. Thank you. Take care and God bless.